Brave souls managed to salvage a little beach time. All of this rain is not only flooding streets and yards, it's also flooding some homes.
That's right. In Virginia Beach, the phone is ringing off the hook at waterproofing companies. They're trying to stop scenes like this. Water where it's definitely not supposed to be. With
more rain in the forecast, more flood victims are expected. Here's 13 News Now reporter Robert Boyd.
Well, it's been a really busy week for JES. Lots of water getting into homes and crawl spaces, and that's where these guys come in. They go into these really tight, confined spots and make sure they get the water out and prevent it from getting back in.
Steve Udi and his team at JES Foundation Repair will shimmy, shake, and slither through 30 to 40 crawl spaces this week.
We have to dig a perimeter trench around the entire crawl space. Little guys with little shovels, and they spend hours and hours and hours doing it the right way. We only do it one way, the right way.
First, they will install an intricate pump system.
We discharge the water from inside the crawl space or basement away from the house, either towards the street or towards the back of the property, whatever's proper for each individual.
Next, they insulate the floor and walls with crawl seal.
Essentially conditions the crawl space and separates it from the outside environment.
Steve says these important measures underground should protect the home from the standing water up above.
We've got a pool in the backyard and the water's feeding towards the house, which you never want. You never want water heading towards the foundation. It can create long-term and short-term foundation problems.
Each flooded crawl space can take up to 3 days to repair. JES says it's a lot easier and cheaper to get the work done beforehand. Don't wait until it's too late.